I'm going to talk to you about gym anxiety. For those of you who don't know me, I am a powerlifter. I've been powerlifting for like 6 years now. So I'm pretty into the gym, and everyone's been there. Everyone's had gym anxiety. And you know what? Sometimes we just get nervous, and sometimes a few tips isn't a bad idea. So I'm going to go through 5 top tips that I would recommend if you're going to a new gym and you feel slightly anxious. Like me, I still get gym anxiety even though I've been training for a long time. Tip number 1. So my first tip would be get a gym tour. If you're visiting a new gym, chances are you don't know where anything is, and I don't know about you, but when I don't know where everything is, it freaks me out. Like, I get anxious, I get sweaty, I stutter with my words. Even the thought of talking to someone at the gym, like the guy at the desk that I don't know or the girl at the desk that I don't know, makes me petrified. I don't know why, and it really bothers me actually thinking about it. But the point is that if you just ask someone for a gym tour, 1, you get a familiar face, so now you know this person. Oh my god, you made a friend, no way. And 2, you then you can get familiar with the environment, which is ideal, and then you feel a bit more at home. You're not like running around like a headless chicken and wondering where this 5-kilogram dumbbell is, or where even the weight section is. How do I use this treadmill? How do I use this machine? And yeah, it's a lot better. Also, in a gym tour, they do tend to show you how to use a lot of the machines. So for example, if you're going to a really bodybuilder-y gym, or like quite an advanced, like non-commercial gym where they have like iron plates and calibrated plates and bars, a lot of the times those tend to be quite intimidating. So if you get shown how to use all the machines, the specialist machines, like for the bodybuilders that the big bodybuilders use, it makes it a lot less frightening. Tip number 2. So, tip number 2 would be that I personally, at the beginning, I couldn't afford a personal trainer. I don't have a personal trainer now. I've never had a personal trainer. But the way I learned was through watching other people's workout videos. So for example, on Instagram Reels, there's heaps and heaps and heaps of different workouts you can try, or how to do this particular movement correctly, like RDLs, like dumbbell RDLs, or deadlifting, or squats, looking at ankle mobility, benching. There's tons. So the way I learned was basically watching other people do movements through TikTok Reels, Instagram Reels, or even YouTube tutorials. YouTube tutorials are amazing. And then basically I would just look in the mirror, I'd do them, and then just see if I could replicate what they were actually doing, if I'm completely honest. And that's how I learned, and it's worked for me really, really well. Also, learning the anatomy slightly. You don't have to be like a biologist or anything, but learning the anatomy of the body and the different exercises in regards to the muscle that you're looking at or working, I would say is very, very beneficial. So for example, if you're doing a lateral pull down and you don't know where your lats are, the chances are you're not going to be focusing on that muscle that you're working. And if you have a small mind to muscle connection with your lats, for example, doing a lat pull down, the likelihood is 1, you might struggle with doing the correct form properly, and 2, you probably won't feel it as much. And I'm a strong believer in the feel of the movement, and if it feels good, if you can feel the muscle working, then you're on to a winner. Okay, tip number 3 is go in with a plan. I personally have a powerlifting coach, so he programs me weekly the things I need and the things I'm doing. So I'm currently in a building block, and the point of this building block is to increase my squat, my bench, and my deadlift. So I always have a plan when I go into the gym. I have like set movements I'm doing, set sets, set weights, set reps, and that really helps me with any gym anxiety that I might have. So I can go in, I know exactly where I'm going, I know exactly what I'm doing, and I know exactly what I need, and that just really calms my nerves. Because if you're a woman with a plan, then everything's just a lot more easier, and you kind of sift through the differentiation, as in you sift through all the other factors that could possibly play a role with your anxiety. Number 4, tip number 4 is that maybe if, for example, you get really anxious going in a weight section, or you go in a gym and you just feel like overly uptight, or you don't want to do it alone, I would say go with a friend. There are plenty of times where I've been in a situation where I go with a friend, well, I've got to the stage now where I don't go with a friend, I go by myself. I prefer to go by myself, and I use going with a friend as a social event or a nice social interaction, which is always lovely. Having someone there to push you, to keep you accountable, and for example, they might know things that you don't. They might know different techniques or different ways you can do something that can really help you enhance the way that you're training. So that's what I would recommend. Go with a friend, and if you don't have a friend, then you can sign up for those classes to begin with. Like if you're a beginner, I think the classes are amazing. Even if you're not a beginner but you want some social interaction, like the spin classes, for example, or like the HIIT classes. I know they do HIIT classes and strength and conditioning training sometimes, similar to CrossFit versions of things. They're really good. Also kettlebells, very good. So yeah, go with a friend or join a social class. Doing exercise in groups makes things feel a lot less strenuous and a lot less anxious, or you feel a bit more at ease because you're in a group and no one's looking at you, and you're just there to increase your health and have fun at the end of the day. Right, tip number 5, the last tip is, I would say, go at the right time. If you're a beginner at the gym and you feel slightly anxious, or you feel anxious going to the gym, then I suggest that you go at the right time. By the right time, I mean when it's quiet, if you feel anxious, someone's looking at you, or you don't feel confident in what you're doing, then going at the right time will really help ease your nerves. I know for a fact there have been plenty of times where I don't want to be seen, I don't want to be looked at. You always get someone that's kind of like, you feel anyways, that's kind of like just there, and they might be looking at you in a way that you just don't want to be looked at. And that's very difficult. So what I would recommend is going at the right time. So pick a quiet time, maybe even pick a gym that's not so mainstream, like a not very busy gym if you're starting out. So like a small gym with a squat rack, a bench, and a few dumbbells or something. That would be absolutely fine, and you can get a really good workout in that way. So pick the right time and pick a good location. And location, by location, it can mean good location as in not very mainstream gym, but has everything you need, or it can also be, for example, if you do go to a busy gym, and it is slightly busy, then you can just take a pair of dumbbells or take a few bits of equipment. You can go in the studio, you can go in a corner somewhere where there's, I don't know, a bit of grass or something to like do stuff on. Just go there, do your thing, put your headphones on, do a little circuit, get moving, get sweaty. Guaranteed that you'll feel great afterwards. Thanks for watching my first video, and I really hope that I can continue doing this because I really enjoyed it. See you later.